The Independent National Electoral Commission's ongoing continuous voter registration exercise across the country, though reported to be generally peaceful, has recorded its own set of dissatisfaction and grumblings as the exercise has not been hit-free. That's our focus on the program. Many thanks for joining in, everyone. This is Politics Today, live on Channels Television. I'm Emana Amawe. Thank you for joining us. Remember, you can follow the conversation on Twitter at CTV Politics. You can also watch us live on Facebook. Now, President Muhammadu Buhari has informed the Senate that his length of stay in the United Kingdom will be determined by his doctors. The president said this in a letter to the Senate, informing the lawmakers of his trip abroad to see his doctors for medical follow-up. Senate President Bukola Saraki read the letter during plenary today. That's 2 days after President Buhari left the country. Let's hear what he had to say.
In compliance with Section 145(1) of the 1999 Constitution, as amended, I wish to inform the distinguished Senate that I will be away for a scheduled medical follow-up with my doctors in London. The length of my stay will be determined by the doctor's advice. While I'm away, the Vice President will coordinate the activities of the government. Please accept, distinguished Senate President, the assurances of my highest consideration. Yours sincerely, Muhammadu Buhari.
Bukola Saraki. Well, meanwhile, Senator Ohabunwa Mao of Abia North had raised the point of order, saying that there was nothing like a coordinating vice president as contained in the president's letter. But the Senate leader, Ahmed Lawan, countered his claim, arguing that the letter had followed due process and should not give rise to any complaint. The Senate president subsequently ruled Senator Ohabunwa out of order. In the meantime, the Appropriation Committee of the Senate and the House of Representatives today laid the report of the 2017 budget before the National Assembly. At the commencement of plenary at the Senate today, the Senate Chairman, Senate Committee on Appropriations, Senator Danjuma Goje, presented the report from the lawmakers. The Senate President, Dr. Bukola Saraki, ordered that the copies be printed out and given to all members for a comprehensive debate and passage on Thursday. And at the House of Representatives, the Chairman of Appropriation, Mustafa Dawaki, also laid a report of the 2017 budget before the House in plenary. The committee is proposing a figure of 7.441 trillion naira for the 2017 budget instead of the 7.298 trillion naira proposed by the executive. Now, let's also bring you up to speed on some other political stories we've been following.
The second batch of the federal government's payment of 5,000 naira under the conditional cash program will soon kick off. The stipend, which is to support 1 million poor and vulnerable Nigerians, is one of the cardinal campaign promises of the present administration. At the training program held in Kaduna for the officers who would implement the program, the national coordinator explains that beneficiaries under the first batch of payment in the 9 pilot states have been receiving their payments since December 2016.
We have 7 states that are coming on board for the second phase of the implementation training. So we are here to share the aim and objective of the National Cash Transfer Program.
The governments of 2 South states, Akwa Ibom and Cross River, have decided to partner on regional development. In a meeting in Calabar, the Cross River state capital, the governors of the 2 states resolved that there is a need to bring leaders of the region together to discuss ways of fostering peace, unity and development.
We are trying to redefine and reappraise what we've done so far and see what we can do for our people. That we can't pay lip service again to poverty alleviation. We need to take some actions.
And about frontier exploration as well, while very little is being done in the direction of trying to see how we can expand the oil reserves and production in Cross River State and other parts of the Niger Delta. We believe strongly that the South South must sit down and discuss the issues of the South South.
And the Kano State government has announced a partnership with the local government authorities in achieving the State Development Master Plan agenda in areas of socio-economic development. At the 3rd National Councillors Executive Leadership Summit held at the State Government House, the governor stressed that the most critical aspect of democracy was the election of councillors at the ward levels and their subsequent roles in local council administration.